2 goals in 7 late minutes for Arsenal. Got a point. Declan Rice with the first, Trossard with the second. Rice, of course, released by Chelsea at the age of 14. And until today, he'd never scored against them in his career. He's put that right. Here's his reaction.
Well, Declan, I suppose sometimes you bring your best football and everything seems easy and maybe you steamroll the opponent. Other times you need heart and grit and you need to find a way to get something. Was today the latter?
Yeah, definitely. I think first half from us probably the worst we've played all season in terms of sloppiness. Not doing things in our structure, not doing things in how we've worked. But also that's massive credit to Chelsea. You know, the manager said this week that they've been really unlucky this season. You know, they were a tough opponent. They've got some incredible players. It was never going to be easy. But to show that heart, that character, you know, when you're 2-0 down, 15 to go, sometimes it's about that inner belief, that mindset that you can do it. And once I got the first, and you know, we kept pushing. It's about driving the team on and making sure that everyone else believes that we can get something here. So in the end, it's a positive result from where we come from.
Just something you said there. What weren't you doing in your structure? And was that sort of on you guys, or was that something Chelsea were doing? No, it was almost like 6 in midfield, wasn't it?
Yeah,
which would have made it tough, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think Chelsea, the way they worked in midfield, made it really compact. But even us on the ball, my first pass wasn't good enough for the game. I give it away, sloppy pass, ends in the.
Did you give them a lot of early encouragement?
I think so, yeah. I think we give away one in the box in the first 5 minutes. I give away one. Some sloppy errors in front of goal up in the other end. But I think second half, you know, we showed what we're about, that belief, that hunger, never said die attitude. And, you know, to stay unbeaten as well so far, you know, it's a name for us that we want to keep doing.
And it just looked, it was starting to feel like it was slipping away, wasn't it, when you got your goal? Did you feel that?
Do you know what, when you look up at the clock and, you know, Chelsea, you know, we've gone full gas for the whole game and you start to run out of legs, but when I latch onto that one and put it in, you find a second bit of energy, shall I say, and, you know, what a cross. And, you know, obviously Trossard, all the subs who come on were outstanding today. It's a massive team effort. You know, it's about the team always, and I think today we showed great heart and character.
Just tell us about the picture you saw for your goal, because we see those types of mistakes from goalkeepers quite a bit, because obviously most teams are looking to play out, but they're not always punished.
Yeah, I think it was the fact that the angle of where I was, instead of driving the ball with my laces, you know, I kind of had to curl it away from the keeper. And luckily enough, I think it hit the post and went in, or hit the side.
Not lucky, Declan. Not lucky.
No, obviously it was this quick instinct. You know, you've got a split second decision whether to pass the ball forward and someone else have a shot, or I take it on. And, you know, obviously I took it on. I scored. Was obviously buzzing, but we're still 2-1 down at that point. And, you know, I wanted us to kick on, and, you know, we did that.
And very lastly, nice to get the goal here, given your journey, your story with Chelsea.
Yeah, I've been due one here, to be fair. Obviously, I always wish the club well. You know, it's a club who's always done massive things for me in the past. You know, especially at the start of my career. So no, it was nice to get a goal here. But more importantly, I'm so happy for the Arsenal fans today, and obviously for the team.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Yes, they got a point. He said it wasn't good enough, and they went 2-0 down. And tell me, Mudryk was definitely crossing here, wasn't he?
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He was lucky to get a goal anyway. So therefore, that was a lucky break, and especially in the beginning of the second half. So that broke a little bit, you know, the attitude of Arsenal. He wanted to cross it, and it just went over it. So it was lucky. I want somebody to interview him and ask him if it was.
I think that you can see
any issue at all with Raya's positioning, right?
I don't think so, because if you look at his head, Raya's looking at him, thinking that he's trying to put a cross in. Yeah. So he's trying to make sure that he kind of like guards that. He's not expecting that.
No,
you can't blame the keeper for that at all. How that's gone in. But like, you know, a goal's a goal. You know,
it's a miss kick.
It's a miss kick, of course.
But it went in, and you know, it counts. And then that moment, I think that Chelsea was playing well, because I had a feeling that Arsenal was withdrawing a little bit. They gave them a little bit more space to have a build-up. And until 75th minute, I thought to myself, this is an easy game for Chelsea.
And the three of us are having a conversation throughout the game, in general, about goalkeepers playing out for the back and teams taking risks. And then suddenly... Yeah. This happens with Sanchez, Ruud.
Yeah, we call it in Holland the Dutch disease, because we always want to play from the back. And this is, look, this is, you know, sometimes you need to understand when you have to kick the ball away or when you have to play on. And I think that was a bad decision. And it put them in the driving seat again.
I think it was a brilliant technique, because, like he said, he had to make sure it was curling away from the keeper. And he had a split second to actually execute that. And that is the kind of thing for a team that's fighting for something. That was a break they needed.
And for any substitute, the manager's told, go on and make an impact. Now, Trossard hasn't just done this today. As I say, 3 Premier League goals, they've all come off the bench. He does make a difference.
Well, he does, but like you look at this, it's great cross from Saka. I think when we see it from the other angle, Gusto's got to have a word with himself. Havertz does well here. There's a presence in there, so that keeps the ball in that last third, and they win it back here. But once he gets back involved, they've got to be
looks at him.
They cannot let Saka come back inside here. He looks at him, Gusto, and then he leaves him.
Yeah.
And, that's the 2 bits of quality what Arsenal needed to show. It was Declan Rice's brilliant finish and this by Saka's pinpoint cross for Trossard to finish. Those are the moments that, gave us a point today.
It's a great goal, but it's ball watching, you don't need to do that. The guy on the ball is not the threat. The threat is all behind you, and you need to watch it. And that's where most of the time, where the Italians were always good at, because they always keep a hand on you, always like this, to feel where you are. But the distance is too much, so he doesn't know where he is. So that's. But a great cross, Saka.
Yeah,
great cross. They believed in it, and all of a sudden, it's 2-2, and you have a feeling as a Chelsea fan that you're throwing something away. I think that Pochettino would be very, very disappointed with this result.
Nearly got better. You were out of your seat, Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I thought it was very opportunist, trying to be very opportunistic in this particular incident, because once this gets to him, Saliba does brilliantly again there. Great run from Eddie, great run from him, and I thought that he wasn't going to quite get there, but then just sticks the toe out, just unlucky. This is the run, brilliant run, shows good pace in between the defenders, and he gets there just in front of Silva, and that is unlucky. That's a great effort from Eddie.
And let's remind ourselves how Chelsea took the lead in the first half, because a lot of people having their opinion on this and what is or isn't handball. The referee didn't give it on field first of all.
No, I was surprised how long he had to look at it. It's a penalty. It's a handball for clear. So I didn't know what he was watching, if it was intentional, not intentional. The thing is, his hands are out. It looks like he heads the ball towards the goal. Okay, if it goes on goal, we don't know yet, but it looks like it. Yeah, if that's not a penalty, I don't know. It's a penalty.
But the current,
it's harsh.
Yeah, of course. The current climate, it is a penalty.
The rule says that it is a penalty.
You look at it there, it's not even going in the goal. I would have said, listen, if it's going in the goal, I'd say, no. You know what I mean? But the way the law is, it's the mess. The penalty handball law, it's a mess all over.
But what would you like to see?
You see what I'd like to see in this instant? If he's heading that ball, it's going on target, then I'll say, something, he's stopped a goal-scoring opportunity. But if you see it and it's going off target, especially as there's a defender...
So that doesn't matter?
No, not for me. Not for me, because the defender has not made himself unnatural in the way. He's trying to give himself leverage to go and head the ball, and his arms there. That's not intentional. And I know that intentional has nothing to do with it now, but at the same time, they've got to look at that. That's harsh.
That's very difficult. Yeah, it's a difficult rule.
We saw Sterling want to take it. Palmer did take it, and Palmer scored it. Now, one quick one on Ruud. The goalkeeper Sanchez coming out and catching.
It happened already a couple of times. And for me, this is a penalty, and I cannot understand. They are above here. The VAR is above this studio. And this is a foul. You just look,
nowhere near the goalkeeper.
Nowhere near. Not even. Look at this. This is a penalty. If you do that as a player,
he's missed the whole ball.
It's unbelievable for me. And he also, you can get hurt like that. And I think it happened also with Man United one game.
Yeah, on against Wolves. Yeah.
Same thing, And I don't understand why this is not a penalty. It's a clear foul. You come too late. And you can hurt somebody. So I think that is definitely for me a penalty. They should do something about it. VAR upstairs, guys.
If he's coming this far,
and he's just too late.
He's made a foul, but at the same time, Jesus is in amongst the bodies. You have to look at that. If he catches Tomiyasu, you probably say something. No. But the fact that Jesus is in amongst the bodies. People will say, well, Jesus was nowhere near the ball. But at the same time, the goalkeeper's missed.
He can't go to the ball either. I think it's a foul. I think it's a foul. It's a foul.
It's a foul.
So
It's
what do
foul.
you do? If it's a foul, then it is a penalty.
I don't know. I don't know what now. I5. Or
What are the rules in
GMO,
here?
I don't know
then?
anymore.
What is the rules in
I
here?
ain't got a
then?
clue what's going on anymore. You know.
No, we won't ask Righty that. What we do know is you've got a point, Arsenal, and you said it was crucial not to lose the game. They're still unbeaten. They're level on points with Manchester City after all of that.
And the thing with that as well, Steve, is to play as poorly as they played, and you heard Declan Rice say it, it's going to be interesting to hear Mikel Arteta's interview, but the main thing is not to lose. And it's not just a case of just for Man City, it's just to, when you're not playing well, you find something. Yes, the goalkeeper gave us a chance and we took it well, but you have to get something out of these games away from home because you have to win your home games if you're going for the title. You have to win them.
OK, 2-2 then in our second derby of the day.
So Maurizio, how are the emotions after a game like that?
No, I think it's two different emotions. One disappointed because we lose 2 points because I think they deserve more. And in the way that we lose these 2 points make us very, very sad. But I think in another place, another way, I think many positive things. And yes, so happy with the performance. The team showed great character. And we are talking about that we faced a team that was last season fighting for the Premier League and then add players this season. And in a very good momentum, I think for us that we are building something with all the circumstances that we are living. I think we need to feel proud about the player. Yes, I want to congratulate the player, but at the same time, what I like also is to see the player on the dressing room that they are really, really down because they are very disappointed, they are very sad. That is the feeling. That is good because you need to feel the pain when you know win.
It was a game played at such a high tempo, wasn't it? And it felt like you had control for the first hour or so at least.
Yes, I think was a really, really tough game. When we scored, I think after we feel a little bit to keep the advantage and to maybe sometimes some moment during the first half we didn't play with the calm that we need. But I think it's about to improve. We are young like a team, and this type of game make us to really believe and to feel better, and of course improve in the way that we want to play.
A special moment for Misha scoring in front of Matthew Harding like that.
Unbelievable, and he tried because he knew the position. And yes, unbelievable. He was his first goal. He's building. He's going to be good for the club, for the team, and we are so happy for him.
I know you said the players obviously feeling down after dropping 2 points, but what is your message to them once the dust settles after a game like this?
No, it's keep working because we need to recover our players, the players injured, to be more competitive, to increase the level. I think we are in the right way. We are in the right way. That is why, of course, I am disappointed because you want to win, but at the same time is keep working. And believe because that is in the way that we are. I think we are going to be in a good position on the end of the season.
Finally, on the subject of returning players, how important was it for you to get Reece out on the pitch today?
Of course, but he needs to be informed. It's not the same to be available to compete 90 minutes in this level. No, yes, we are going to work hard to try to provide him the best tool to be informed as soon as possible.
So Conor, first of all, how are you feeling after a performance and I guess a result like that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're gutted. It was a positive performance. Obviously being 2-0 up against Arsenal is great, but obviously we want to hold on to the win, which we didn't do in the end, and it hurts. It's really disappointing. All the boys are gutted, but I think there's a lot of good stuff to take from it. And I'm sure it will help us moving forward, definitely.
It was a positive performance and you controlled the game, didn't you, for over an hour today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we were patient off the ball because Arsenal obviously a top team and they're good in possession and they work well as a team. So we were patient and we picked our moments, when to press and when to go to win the ball back, and I thought we'd done that well today. So yeah, first 60, 70 minutes was great, and then after the goal it was obviously tough to take, but it's still, like I said, it's still a positive performance and one that we can definitely build on.
It was a game played at such a high tempo. Was it the sort of match you were expecting?
Yeah, I was knackered to be fair, honestly. My legs are killing now, but yeah, we obviously expected it. Arsenal-Chelsea is going to be a very intense game, and obviously it meant so much to us and obviously them as well, but mostly for us because obviously we're trying to improve as a team, trying to get better results. Obviously the last few games have been good, but you know, we want to get better results against the top teams, and you know, today is the first step, you can say.
I know you said you're physically exhausted. The fans obviously react when they see the effort that comes from players like yourself. Just how pleased are you with your game at the moment?
Yeah, I'm pleased. I just want to help Chelsea as much as I can. I want to play as much as possible and affect the game as much as I can, if that's on the ball, off the ball. Obviously I'm able to do a lot physically and run a lot, so I do that for the team. So yeah, everyone individually has their own things they bring to the team, and that's what's going to be great for us.
Got players coming back. Good to see Reece getting minutes today. The performances are coming as well. Does it feel like it's nearly there now?
I think so. Obviously there's a long way to go. Chelsea are a team that want to be fighting for the Premier League, so we're still still a way off it, but we're definitely progressing.
What went wrong? What went right?
Sorry?
What went wrong? What went right?
We conceded 2 and scored 2. I think what went wrong is the start of the game. I think we didn't play with enough purpose, with the ball and clarity, and we were just moving the ball without really having the intention to threat them, and that's a really dangerous thing to do against teams like Chelsea. And then we didn't win enough duels, and in tight areas when we had them, they escape from that and they attack open spaces, and they are really, really dangerous things to do. So credit to them as well, because they are a top side, full of top players, and you have to acknowledge that. And we don't have those two things, then we become an average team. When we changed that and we started to leave the level after 20-25 minutes, and especially the second half, that's a different game. We became a much better team, even without conceding the second goal, and it's disappointment. The way the team reacted is phenomenal. Well, the players that they were here, the players that they are on the bench, thinking how the hell I'm going to change the game and help the team. So that's the part that I loved, and what I really liked as well is going to the dressing room, and the dressing room being quiet after drawing 2-2 against Chelsea and being 2-0 down, because I know that they want more. So that's the positives.
James from CBS.
Mikel, what did you make of the penalty?
I already mentioned it to a ref and I got booked for that, so I prefer to make no comments.
Not happy with it? You weren't happy with it?
Not happy with the yellow, yeah.
Okay,
just on that point, I mean, we always have this debate about whether we think the law is right and whether we think the law has been, and then whether the law has been applied correctly. Do you think A, the law is right, and B, has it been applied correctly?
Well, but the law is clear as well in where the ball has to be in relation to the action, and it's very close, and it's impossible to jump without lifting your hands. It's just mechanically is impossible.
Because Rob?
Mikel, the character of this side was questioned maybe at the end of last season, and I just wondered in a game in which you looked to be going away from them, to come back to get to 2-2, maybe look like they were winning it. Does that tell you something about the progression of character in the individuals you have here?
Yeah, I have no doubt about that, and I could see at halftime that it was a knife between our teeth, and we accepted that we have to do much better, and the game still was there for us. And we had that belief, and even we conceded the goal the way we conceded it, we continue to be like this. And I love that about the team, and I'm going to demand in that every single day, because this is who we are, and the only way as well to, when you are not at your best, still create a lot of issues to the opponent. Yeah, I haven't seen it live again, so it looked at from the angle. It's a very strange angle to consider. I didn't know if it was a deflection or is the trajectory of the ball.
No deflection. Anyone else?
So goal.
Sorry.
Goal.
Yeah. The other thing that we wanted to say was that there were chants for Aaron Ramsdale from the Arsenal supporters. Just what was your feeling?
Great. I love him. I was singing as well for him every single day. We sang a lot for him yesterday because he was a father, the most beautiful thing to do, and he's someone that has this charisma and personality and is very loved around the team.
Anyone else at all?
Anything from there, Jerry?
Just about Sir Bobby Charlton, one of the greats of the English game, who passed away today. Wondered if you had any thoughts on that.
Really sad news, but I think he leaves us in the best position that you can be as a footballer. The values that he transmitted, the quality, and how he changed English football, how he changed international football, the appreciation that he had, and the love that he had for everybody, the respect that he had for everybody. So obviously he already had legacy, but I think that's going to be beyond what he already had. So rest in peace, and I think everybody appreciates and love what he did for this game.
And Sam?
Hi, Mikel. Sorry, just quickly, what makes Trossard so good off the bench? He scores so many goals off the bench. Why is he?
Well, first of all, that he's very good, and he's got this mentality as well to be always willing to help the team. And he had an injury that he wasn't fit enough to play the last few games. Then he played against City. He had to come off, and he worked really hard in the international break to be able to be fit again. And those things is like with Martinelli, changes momentum of season, you know. And I could see that he was ready to come in. Very intelligent run, the way he anticipates the cross and the action, and then obviously the way he executed, because it's still not easy to score.
And finally we'll go to Dave.
Were you surprised that it took 71 minutes for Cucurella to get a yellow card for fouling Saka?
I've been surprised by many things, so I'm not going to get surprised by that.
Okay, everyone. Good evening.
Thank you.
Safe, yeah.